Ladies and gentlemen, please stand.
Gives this woman to be married to this man?
We do, I guess.
Today is a beautiful day. We're at a terrific venue. The flowers are in bloom, and the bride is beautiful. Doesn't she look amazing, Tom? Marriage gives permanence and structure to a couple's love. Marriage is about commitment and partnership. Now, Janice and Tom, you have come here today to join together in matrimony, to love one another for all your days, to commit to one another, forsaking all others, and to be partners in all things, sharing all your joys and sorrows, and all your setbacks and triumphs. Marriage is universally human, but it means at least these things. Marriage requires kindness, patience, and mutual respect. Janice and Tom, you must be kind to one another, supporting each other in difficult times and celebrating each other's happiness. You must be patient with one another, always assuming the best intentions. You must respect one another, remembering that your differences complement each other, even when Cal and Stanford play each other. To Janice and Tom, marriage is also about family. Bringing each of their families here, joining them together, and beginning their own family. You are here today because you are family to Janice and Tom, whether it be by blood, or by marriage, or by friendship. And so they have asked you to come here today to celebrate them and to witness their union and their promises to one another for two reasons. First and foremost, they love you, and they want to share in the joy they feel today. Second, as family, they look to you for guidance and wisdom today and into the future as they build their life together. Janice and Tom, the vows you are about to make are a way to share your love and commitment to each other in your own words. Tom, first with you. What vows do you make to Janice?
Like this? Okay. My dearest Janice, you are so beautiful today. You're so beautiful every day. First, I think you should know how wonderful you are. You're strong, you're brave, brilliant, determined. You're gentle and kind, caring and loyal to your friends and your family. Patient and generous with me, even when I haven't deserved it. You're always thinking of others, always considerate, always looking to be useful. There's an old Mr. Rogers saying about looking for the helpers when things are scary. You're a helper, and that's, I think, the best thing a person can be. But you're no pushover either. You're passionate, you're opinionated, bold, confident. There's no one quite like you. You're my favorite forever. No one compares. And when I'm with you, I'm at peace. The birds sing a little more sweetly, food tastes a little better, and the world bursts into color in a way I never knew before you. When I'm apart from you, I feel your absence keenly. It's like a part of me is missing. Together, I feel like there's no burden we can't carry. You bring me joy every day. No one else makes me laugh the way you can. No one else makes me smile the way you do. I promise to love you and cherish you every day, to lift you up when you're down, and to be your constant companion. I'll be your cheerleader, your confidant, your counselor and advocate, your sous chef, your traveler, your fellow traveler, your partner in all things. And when the time comes, should we be so lucky, I'll be the best father I can be for our children, even if that means eating tofu sometimes. You're first in my life. I will put you before all others for as long as I live.
Janice, what vows do you make to Tom?
Tom, first I just want to say, I thought for many years that loneliness was inevitable for me. I thought and was told that I was a little too much, too weird, too abrasive to find love. So I was alone until I met you, Tom. From the first moment we met, you were so inquisitive, compassionate, and funny. I know today that you first thought I was flirting with you because I asked you for directions between two locations that were actually only 1 block apart. You know today that I have a genuinely horrible sense of direction. But I am so grateful for that today because that encouraged you to permanently help me with directions. Tom, I am never lost when I am with you. By the end of our first date, I knew that you were it for me. I knew you were the one like I knew how to breathe. You changed everything that I understood about the structure of my life. You guide me. Your thoughtful and patient presence inspires me to be kinder and gentler, loving and strong by your example. For you, I promise you this. Tom, I vow to cherish you more than all others, to be patient with you and to be faithful to you. I vow to remember that you and I are always on the same team, to be the first to support you and cheer for you, and to comfort you during the trials of life that await us. Until I am no longer living, I vow that if anyone knows anything meaningful at all about me, it's that I love you, Tom, with everything that I am.
That was beautiful, Janice. Now I have questions for the both of you. Janice, do you take Tom to be your lawfully wedded husband, to be your friend and companion, to love and to cherish, forsaking all others, and do you promise to honor him, care for him, and accompany him for all the days of your life? If so, say, I do.
I do.
Now, Tom, do you take Janice to be your lawfully wedded wife, and to be your friend and companion, to love and to cherish, forsaking all others? And do you promise to honor her, care for her, and accompany her for all the days of your life? If you do, please say I do.
I do.
As tokens of their marriage, Janice and Tom have chosen to exchange rings. These are the outward symbols of the love which they hold for each other in their hearts. 2 hearts, 1 love. Janice and Tom, may these rings always remind you of the vows you have made here today and of your love for each other. Best man, do you have the rings?
Yeah.
With this ring, I pledge my love for all my days.
With this ring, I pledge my love for all my days. You can see me now.
Janice, as you place this ring on Tom's hand, please repeat after me. With this ring, I pledge my love for all my days.
With this ring, I pledge my love for all my days.
Before your families and friends assembled here today, by the power vested in me by the state of California as Deputy Commissioner of Civil Marriages, I now pronounce you, Tom, and you, Janice, husband and wife. Tom, you may kiss the bride.
In the heat of the night, we could get lost in all the lights and sounds. Ooh, feel alright. We won't go home, we will just stay here downtown. There's not just stars on the boulevard, they're in the light in your eyes. Oh, we don't need no black cards, I just need you by my side. We could be shameless, famous, running cool, with a love that leaves
Tom
us
and
brainless.
Janice!
Ooh, drop it, girl,
Ladies and gentlemen, one more time for your newlyweds. We would like to give you some words of advice for a happy and long and wonderful marriage. And so we urge you to honor your talents of each other, honor each other in terms of the talents that you have, and then celebrate when those talents come together and become even stronger and bigger and form a wonderful union and give you this foundation for your family. And then also, but we encourage you to accept and forgive when things go a little astray. That's part of a strong marriage as well, to accept and forgive and carry on. So those are our words of advice. Did you want to add to that?
I just have one, would like to welcome Janice into our family and just tell you how much we're happy to have you part of our family. And also, one word of advice is to make sure that you control the checkbook.
Amen.
What just happened is that Tom's parents threw some dates and nuts into an apron caught by Janice and Tom to symbolize how many children they will be blessed with. They caught 2 chestnuts, which means they'll have 2 sons, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 daughters. And although not completely traditional, we will be doing this one more time with our parents. And if you look on the little card that explains pebek, that is actually a picture of our parents during their pebek over many years ago.
I want to have a both wonderful life together. Thank you.
I want to be, you guys be healthy and healthy and be happy.
Thank you all for being here to celebrate Janice and Tom's wedding. My name is Stacy, as mentioned, and Janice has been my best friend since 6th grade. So I actually first met Janice in 5th grade when my school competed against her school in a mock trial. I hardly remember the case we argued or who won in court that day, but I think we argued the Boston Massacre. Your team lost. I should remember that then. But it was one of the most important days of my life. When we met again in 6th grade homeroom, we immediately bonded over our mutual love of Sailor Moon and reading. I liked trashy fantasy and sci-fi, and she liked trashy romance novels. Janice has always been a passionate person. She believes strongly in many things and was infamous in junior high for her verbal altercations with people, usually boys, many of whom I'm sure had crushes on her.
I've always admired this about Janice. She feels deeply about things and is loyal to her passions. And these passions range in seriousness from women's reproductive rights to extra hot Cheetos. Janice recently sent me a news article about how friends are similar in ways that go beyond demographic variables such as age, socioeconomic status, and educational level. Close friends have similar emotional responses and they process the world around them in very similar ways. So researchers can actually predict who in a crowd of people will be friends based on the fMRI brain scans. So I would like to think that after 20 years of friendship between Janice and I, the scans of our brains would seem similar, and that our brains resonate despite how different we may seem on the surface. I have always been a little bit more mild-mannered than Janice, and my own passions lean towards things like insects that she is repulsed by. But I know that befriending Janice at such a young age made me a better person. She challenged me to be a more critical thinker, to speak my mind more, and to pursue things with tenacity. Okay. So Janice, thank you so much for being, my best friend and brain buddy, my fiercely loyal ally, the Sailor Mars to my Sailor Venus. I cherish my memories of our after-school trips to the library, checking out hundreds of trashy books and returning them in full-size trash bags. Eating Popeyes, hot Cheetos, and instant naengmyeon together at your parents' house, telling your parents that we were studying together while only spending a half an hour working and 5 hours watching anime, helping you study for the bar exam, and watching you fall in love. So many of the traits I admire in Janice, I have seen in Tom. He's fiercely loyal to Janice and will be her passionate ally. I remember Janice telling me how she would talk for hours late into the night with one of the associates at her new firm. That seems like brain resonance to me. From the beginning, they have been the kind of sickeningly cute couple that is almost too good to be true. But it's true. They have known that this day would happen within months of dating. They only barely kept it under wraps when it didn't seem so crazy to say so, until it didn't seem so crazy to say so. There is no advice I can offer to a couple who has shown time and again that they are just the type of people to make an intelligent match, be loyal to the end, and have passion for each other. So please join me in raising a toast to Janice and Tom. Cheers.
First, I'd also like to thank everyone for showing up today for this amazing day. I'd also like to thank the Faye family and the Lee family for helping organize this amazing event. Thank all the groomsmen and all the bridesmaids for supporting Tom and Janice through this. It's obviously super hard to have a wedding, so great for everyone, and obviously also thanks to Tom and Janice for getting married and letting us all be here. So for those of you who don't know me, I'm Sam. I've known Tom since at least the 7th grade. We're pretty sure it's earlier, but I only have photographic evidence of the 7th grade, of 2 very awkward 7th graders, so we're gonna say 7th grade. We spent many nights and weekends playing video games, driving around, talking about girls and life and politics once in a while. I think I know Tom pretty well at this point. So while I was preparing for this speech, I watched a lot of best man speeches on YouTube to try to figure out what I'm supposed to say. And I think at this point I'm supposed to say, tell you some really embarrassing story about Tom getting really drunk and hitting on women or something. As many of you can imagine, that was a really difficult 2 weeks I spent trying to think of any story, even remotely like that. What I did realize while I was trying to figure out what to say is that Tom is the least embarrassing person I know. It's kind of a weird thing to say, so let me put it a different way. Tom is one of the smartest, kindest, most thoughtful people I know, and I think he's lived his life more deliberately than almost anyone I've ever met in my life. And so even before I met Janice, I already knew she was going to be amazing because, I mean, it was Tom's girlfriend. So, of course, when I did meet her, I was so impressed with her intelligence, her beauty, the number of swear words she said over the course of one dinner, and her very authentic kindness. And so every time I've come back to California, I've just been really excited to see both of them every time. And so one of the magical things about the group of friends that we had growing up is that we really became this like tight-knit family. We were always looking out for each other. We were always taking care of each other. And we're all like still in contact. All of our high school friends are over the table. We're all still friends now. And every time I come home to California, it feels like a family reunion when I get to see all of my friends. And so I know that today is about these two amazing people forming this new bond between these two wonderful families. But there's a third family here that I'd like to speak for like just one moment. To say that we're so excited to share this moment with you. We're so excited for you to be part of our lives together. And we're so excited for the beautiful life that you guys will build from today onward. So here's to Tom and Janice.
We'd like to thank everyone again for coming here today. For those who drove locally from Newport Beach and those who flew from long distances from Northern California or the East Coast or as far as away from South Korea. So thank you. We also want to say thank you to Tom's parents, for which we would not have Tom. And extra special thank you to our parents. For our parents, this is a milestone. This is their third and final wedding, we promise, in the span of 9 months. No more sisters. They've been patient. We also want to say thanks to our paternal grandmother who helped raise Janice and who would have loved to be here today.
To Janice, we want to apologize. She and Tom were the first of us to get engaged, but the last to get married because we, her procrastinating older sisters, rushed to the altar first. That is basically the story of the Lee family. We support and love each other, but in a very competitive and slightly pushy way.
Fortunately, Janice, as the youngest and most picked on daughter, we admit that, not only survived, but thrived and flourished. She pushed back, drew lines, and made her own way. And she did it with a sense of humor and a joy for life.
We are so proud of Janice that she went to a University of California school like both of us and Tom's brother Matt and Tom's grandparents. Now, we were told that we were not allowed to make Cal versus Stanford jokes, so insert your own Stanford joke here.
So that's backwards. What does that mean? Okay, we are so proud of Janice for going to Notre Dame Law School, where she suffered through insane Midwest winters and a sad lack of ethnic food for years. Proud of her for getting her clerkship after law school, and after her clerkship, she got a job at a law firm in Irvine, and that's when it happened. Janice met Tom at this law firm. Not only did she get a great job, but she met the love of her life too.
Could it really be that easy to find a great job and an amazing guy at the same time and place? That's Janice. She made everything look so easy. How is it that in Tom, she found someone who not only shared her passion for law, but for video games as well? Since Janice was 10 years old and got her first Nintendo, I always thought that one day Janice would have to give up playing video games. But apparently, you don't have to when you marry someone who's even more serious about video games than you.
And we knew it was love when Tom, who supposedly was a cat hater, welcomed Curio the cat into their family and soon became a doting cat dad.
And also we knew was love because Tom embraces Janice's enormous plush collection of Yoshi, Pikachu, and Charizard. We're thrilled to be here today to welcome Tom into our family. We are so proud of Janice, of the person she is, and we couldn't be happier that she's found the love of her life. Let's raise our glasses one more time to celebrate Janice and Tom.
I wanted to start by thanking a couple people in particular for specific things that they've done very recently. The slideshow you all just watched, Sohyun put that together. Sohyun, Janice's eldest sister, put that together. I thought it was fantastic. A lot of work was put into that. Also, Stacy, the maid of honor, contributed to that. She helped us get all the photos together. My parents got a bunch of the photos as well. And thanks to all of them. I also wanted to thank specifically Marshall, our officiant, who has not done that before, but did, I think, a fabulous job. It was wonderful. You know, we chose him because he was family, and I hope that came across. I also wanted to thank just specific, groups of people for being here. I wanted to thank my friends, my high school friends, my Stanford friends, my work friends, and all my friends in between. I wanted to thank Janice's friends for coming, a lot of you from very far away. Janice's law school friends, her high school friends, all your college friends, everybody's here. I want to thank my extended family as well for coming. Again, a lot of them from very far away, and they made the trip out here just to see us, and I really feel honored by that. I also wanted to thank Janice's extended family for the same thing. That something is even further. It's important to us to have our families here. That's what this is about for us. I also want to thank my parents for raising me to be who I am. I wouldn't be the person I am today without them. And I hope, if you haven't met my parents, I think you should. I think they're wonderful people. And then lastly, and for me this is maybe even the most important, I wanted to thank Janice's family, her parents, her cousins, her sisters, their husbands, now my brothers-in-law, my sisters-in-law. There's a thing, you have a fear sometimes that you're going to have in-laws who will treat you as an outsider or think less of you or you won't fit in, and it was never like that. From the first moment I met them, from the first moment I met Janice's parents, her sisters, her family, they welcomed me with open arms, and that's not something they had to do. And I feel really thankful for that. I feel honored to join their family, and I hope they feel honored to join mine. So I'd like to just raise a glass to everybody who made it out here today, and an appreciation for your coming here and for being together with us on this very special day. Thank you.